Hi, I'm Kate. I live on the Somersby Plateau, which is on the Central Coast hinterland, on the head of the Bumbles Creek, which runs into the Tuggerah Lakes. Our property is 7.5 hectares. We have about 2.25 of that is in bushland. The rest is either gardens or paddocks. We're really involved in this bush and on every level. So we get great joy out of it, and out of the birds in particular. We've actually got nearly 200 species of bird here listed. We've got echidnas, we have snakes, lizards, lots of possums of course. We have a pair of grey goshawks that nest every year, and we get to enjoy the magic of watching the little fluffy babies grow up and be successfully raised just here. It's wonderful. I actually came across the CMA grant by doing a course through Tokal College, which was a land management and conservation diploma. Everyone was so helpful, and I became aware of the grant and became aware that it would make the project that we've been doing possible, which had just seemed so beyond my ability to do. So having found the grant and then pursuing it to try and win it, it left me with the opportunity to do something that I thought I may never have actually been able to tackle by myself. The focal point of our project is 0.7 hectares, which is both a hanging swamp, which is an endangered ecological community, as well as a riparian zone of the Somersby Plateau forest along Bumbles Creek. That area was really heavily infested with lantana in particular, and also coral trees. The hanging swamp is actually in quite good condition, but it has some encroachment of weeds along its margins, and it's very vulnerable because it's such an ideal, nice wet place that weeds would love to move into. This was a patch of lantana, and as you can see, we've taken the lantana out. We've planted some plants that are local plants. So there's a calicoma. This is, I think, a little tea tree of some sort. But we've also got some rowburrs that are coming up, so some swamp banksias that are coming up by themselves. There's been no return of the lantana at all, so that once we've targeted it, it just has not come back. And we've got the pouch coral fern coming back all by itself. That actually wasn't here when the lantana was here. So it was an opportunity to actually save the swamp before it degraded, and do up the riparian zone and get it back to how it should have been, because it was just lantana and coral trees and nothing else lived there. It was just entirely smothered. The greatest lessons that I've learnt through this project has actually to be in contact with local people in particular who have that intimate knowledge of swamps and the local area. My bush regenerator has been fantastic at teaching me about this particular swamp and this particular vegetation. I expected that there would be almost no plants that would come back when we moved the lantana by themselves. I expected a very low resilience, but in fact we've been quite nicely surprised, and all sorts of unusual things have in fact popped up. We've had some sundews, we've had little orchids, we've had waratahs, things that we're not seeing elsewhere have popped up just here, having just removed the lantana without even putting our own plants in yet. So it's really exciting. The CMA, I have to say, are fantastic. I don't think ever had such a positive human experience. Very, very helpful through the whole process of attaining the grant, and advice and help with what to do next. It's been very easy. My vision for the future of this property is not just a 5 or a 10-year plan. I'm actually seeing 100 and 200 years ahead. My next project, I'm going to get together a document that documents the swamp. I have photos before, I have progressive photos along the way. I want to document what is here, what it looks like, how we've looked after it, and put all that information with surveys, maps in a document that is to be handed through the generations with the property. I see the work we've done here as being very important. I feel really privileged to have a little piece of vegetation that we're able to make a really positive influence on, and to really take that forward into the future, I feel is just wonderful.